This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Hello, everybody. I don't know why I'm small. It's good to see y'all. Thank you for being here today on this Monday. Tom said it's a toasty 47 degrees on the western slope of Colorado right now. Is that where you're at? That's pretty interesting. Hey, Sam Brown, good to see you. I think it's 8 degrees Celsius, which is shocking and wonderful. That's good. That's good. Hey, Edith. Happy Monday, love. Wolfpack, good to see you. Jenny Janice, good to see you. Indie Girl and Cara, good to see you. I hope you're all staying warm and cozy and healthy too. Mrs. North, good to see you. Said I'll be popping in and out, but listening. Can someone ask allegedly to look up Hailey Buzbee? Yes. Sounds familiar. I'm writing it down now. I will look into that. Indy, good to see you, love. Normally, we definitely freezing. Well, I'm glad you're not, if you're not freezing right now. Southern Cat's good to see you, love. It's Ava Sim's birthday. Happy birthday, Ava Sim. Happy birthday if you're here. Here, good to see you. Rubber Ramada, it's good to see you. Excuse me. It's good to see y'all today. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me. Hailey Branton's mom just sentenced to 25 to life for her murder. We'll look at it. We'll look at it and see what it's about. Hey, one sunny day to 63 there. That's good. Angela, good to see you. I'm glad you're here today. Groundhog Day, is it? I'll have to see what that damn groundhog does. C.M. Wilkins, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Kat, good to see you. Yeah, this case is insane. Somebody sent it to me, but I found it in my YouTube feed, and I had submitted a FOIA because I was in the process of submitting FOIAs today because, you know, I keep submitting FOIAs left and right, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, this is going to take more than 10 days, so let me just not contact you for 6 fucking months. But we won't go there. Heathen, good to see you, love. Still waiting on shit. Still waiting on something that I paid for last year, at the end of February, beginning of March. And I'm still waiting on it. And they're telling me, oh, I'm working on this now. Yeah. Let me hold my breath. Let me shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up faster. At this point, I'm just pissed off. So let me just calm it down. Wolfpack, good to see you. Meanwhile, there are 2,500 people out in our little neck of Florida without power. Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of people without power, and I'm sorry you're going through that. That's horrible, and I hope they can get it fixed soon. I know that the winter storm hit in North Carolina again. I know a lot of people are going through it right now, and I'm so sorry for that. It's starting to warm up here, and the ice is melting, but I fell like 4 times this morning. Every time I go out there, I fall. My boots slide on the ice, trying to get the geese because they have figured out how to get out of their pen, which was relatively easy anyway. Jenny Jen said, I believe it's 6 more weeks of winter. I believe that would probably be the outcome, considering all the snow and everything that's been going on. Tony, good to see you, love. Yeah. Man, this is craziness, this case. We're going to talk about it. Karen, good to see you. Scratch the Paint, good to see you. Tony, good to see you. They do say 6 more weeks of winter. That figures. I figured they would. Yeah, so I was submitting FOIAs today, and this case popped up on my YouTube channel, and I kind of looked into it a little bit. I submitted a FOIA. I will show you the results of that because it's like most cases that are breaking. They're like, nope, denied. Let me see. Let me pull it up. And then I saw that I had been sent an email about it. So I figured that we would just go ahead and cover it because this is breaking right now. Yeah. Okay. So it says below you will find the response to your records request. And it says, via the Fishers Police Department, the Records Division has reviewed your request and determined that this case is still open and active and cannot be released at this time. The Fishers Police Department does not release any portion of any report that is actively being investigated per policy. So, since I did not get the records request back, we're going to go over the videos and what we know. Yeah. Dramatic cry on top of the groundhog's back. I can picture you doing that. I could see that in my mind right now. Yeah, so I'm trying to get information on it, but I'm just going to keep submitting FOIA requests and see what they say. The weather has gotten quite a bit better here in Texas. I'm definitely not complaining now. Yeah, the weather's gotten better here in Arkansas too. So I'm happy about that. And my littles went to school today, all except the one that's still being homeschooled right now. So it's been quiet, like real quiet. A little weird for me. It's usually very loud around here. It's too hot for too long, so I love winter. Yeah, I like winter too. I like the snow. I think it's beautiful. All right, so let's talk about this case. Unfortunately, I didn't hear much about it until like this morning. And this morning is when everybody was finally getting some answers. But we're going to go back to kind of the beginning. Hold on. Oh, before I do that, I need to share something with y'all real quick. There has been an alarming amount of arsenic found in candy. I saw this post like maybe a week or two ago, and I wanted to share it with y'all. Candy, like fucking Reese's, Hershey's. There's arsenic, like alarming amounts of arsenic in the fucking candy, y'all. We're going to talk about that, and then we'll get into the case. Listen to this shit.
The Florida Department of Health testing 46 candy products from 10 different companies, finding 28 had elevated levels of arsenic.
I hope you're having a good
26 of the candies coming from very popular brands, things that our children are reaching for in the grocery store. This research is the next step in the state's Healthy Florida First initiative to bring transparency back to the grocery store.
What the fuck?
You know, there's a reasonable expectation that our food supply, especially foods marketed to children, should not contain toxic chemicals. In 26 of the 33 traditional candy brands tested, arsenic was detected at elevated levels.
Well, here to tell us more is Florida's First Lady, Casey DeSantis. Great to have you with us, First Lady.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. I love this initiative because you started with baby formulas, and if
baby formula.
If you go on your website, which we'll give to the folks at home, you can see which baby formulas have things like mercury in it, have things like arsenic. And now you're focusing on the candies. Great job at the press conference yesterday. Tell us what your findings are.
Thank you. Yeah, well, we're finding, you're right. We started with a baby formula.
Let me pull up the, it gives you the list. Hold on. All right, so I think this article will tell us about it. This is from Geekspin on Yahoo News, and it says arsenic found in 28 popular candy products. We've got gummy bears and the little Sour Patch things. It reads, a recent investigation by Florida health officials has pulled back the curtain on a disturbing reality lurking inside the candy aisle. 28 popular treats, including some of the nation's most iconic big-name brands, contain measurable levels of arsenic. Under the Healthy Florida First initiative, state lab testing has exposed the hidden heavy metals in snacks frequently marketed to children, raising urgent questions about food safety and long-term health. While some candies pass the test, others carry specific consumption limits that every parent needs to see. Keep reading to discover. So here are the, below are the products where arsenic was detected, along with the approximate annual safe consumption limits for a child. Why is arsenic safe to consume in any level at all whatsoever? What the fuck are we even doing here? Hey, Kalisa Katz, good to see you. Hey, Dutch, good to see you. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you have a good day at work, love. So, Black Forest gummy bears, it's safe to consume 16 pieces. How about we just don't buy this candy that has arsenic in it? 2 is Laffy Taffy Banana, 4 pieces. Nerds Grape, 96 pieces. Nerds Strawberry, 96 pieces. So, I'm going to read it to you so you know the candy names that have arsenic in them, and maybe we can just try to stay away from those. Black Forest gummy bears. When I hear that one, I was like, I thought that was supposed to be a good brand. Laffy Taffy Banana, Nerds Grape, Nerds Strawberry, Nerds Gummy Clusters. I like those. Sweet Tarts Original, Sweet Tarts Rope. Trolley Sour Bite Crawlers. Hershey's Cookies and Cream Bar. That one, you can only have 1.2 bars. Jolly Rancher Hard Candy Sour Apple. Jolly Rancher Hard Candy Strawberry. Strawberry's like one of the most popular ones. Twizzlers Strawberry. Twizzlers Cherry. Twizzlers Watermelon Pull and Peel. Kit Kat. Three Musketeers. Snickers. Skittles. Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids Tropical. Sour Patch Kids Watermelon. Swedish Fish. Dots. Tootsie Fruit Chew Lime, Tootsie Rolls, Tootsie Roll Vanilla, Smart Sweets Caramel, Smart Sweets Sweet Fish. In contrast, the following candies were tested and found to contain no detectable arsenic. Organic Black Forest gummy bears, Laffy Taffy Cherry, Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bars. So these are all safe. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Whoppers, M&M's, Twix, Milky Way, Organic Bunny Fruit Flavored Snacks Berry Patch, Smart Sweets Red Twist, Unreal Dark Chocolate Caramel Peanut Nougat Bar, Unreal Dark Chocolate Coconut Bar, Unreal Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Cup, Yummy Earth or Yum Earth Organic Chewies, Yum Earth Cocoa Yums Chocolate Candies, Yum Earth Organic Giggles, Yum Earth Gummy Bears, Yum Earth Organic Lollipops. And just so everybody's aware, because this is probably the most important part of the whole entire damn thing. Anders, good to see you. Yes, Swedish Fish. Do you know what that is? Yeah, all the good chocolate. Rubber Ramada, good to see you. All right. Yeah, it's a popular candy. My kids like a lot of those candies, but I've been trying to do more organic stuff lately for about the past 3 years or so. So this is going to be infant formula that has a lot of heavy metals, and allegedly heavy metals can be linked to autism, is from what I've heard. I am not a medical doctor. I have not researched it. So do your own research, formulate your own opinions. That's just something I've heard. So the following 16 infant formulas, were found to contain concerning levels of heavy metals. So Bobby infant formula, even the Bobby organic infant formula has it. Bub's goat milk based formula, By Heart whole nutrition infant formula, Enfamil AR powder, Enfamil Gentilese powder, Enfamil Gentilese Neuro Pro ready to use, Enfamil infant concentrate, Enfamil infant Neuro Pro ready to use, Enfamil infant powder, Enfamil Prosobi, Wholly Organic Infant Formula Stage 1, Wholly Organic Infant Goat Milk Formula Stage 1, Kendamil Classic, Kendamil Goat Milk Based Formula, and Similac Soy Isomil Powder. Like, what even infant formulas are left? Good Lord. Stay away from them. Who said that? Who are you talking to? Me? Swedish. I'll show you what Swedish fish are. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Yeah, Lori. Who were you talking to when you said brush your teeth? I'm just sharing this before we got into it to let people get in here. That's what Swedish fish look like. Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's why you should breastfeed if you can. I'm a proponent of breastfeeding. Absolutely. I know. I like the Nerds gummy clusters. But we're going to be staying away from them. We got to protect these children out here. Thank you. I was like, what the fuck? You want to fight? Even mom's milk has a concentration of different chemicals in it. We're all contaminated. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's true. If mom's milk is, if mom's on medications, it's in her breast milk too. So we just all got to be careful. All right. So let's talk about Hailey Buzbee. BB. I was about to call her BB. Buzbee. This is a very sad story. She was lured, evidently, from somebody online through a game. Imagine that. I haven't heard exactly what game. If I had to guess, I would say probably Roblox. And it's interesting because we just had the Thomas Medlin story where allegedly he was talking to somebody from Roblox. And then we found out that that was not the case, but that was what was believed to have happened at first. Okay. So we're going to start here, which is where I started. I'm kind of going to take you back and we're going to listen to the press conference where they're talking about that they believe that she's deceased. And then we're going to go into this motherfucker that damn got her and listen to his court appearance and all of that. Mustang, good to see you, love. I'd bet Roblox too. All the shit I love to snack on. I know, right? C.M. Wilkins, it's important, I feel like. I mean, I need to know all of those things. All right, so here is our introduction to Hailey Buzbee.
We start on this Sunday night with breaking news, a devastating update in the case of a missing 17-year-old girl from Fishers. Hailey Buzbee is believed to be dead, and police now have a suspect in custody. For 4 weeks now, there has been an intense search for the teenager, and just within the last hour, Fishers police held a news conference saying with the evidence they have today, Hailey will not be coming home.
So that's how I found out about it. I didn't even know this young girl was missing. She was absolutely beautiful, and it's really sad to hear this.
Brandon Schaff is live in Fishers tonight. Brandon, what have we learned? Just a heartbreaking development.
Yeah, Jenny, good evening to you. We're standing right outside of the Fishers Police Department,
Angela?
where we got that tragic update from city leaders, from law enforcement, that Hailey Buzbee, they believe that she's not coming home, that she died. And this is not what they were hoping would be the outcome of this, but we will certainly give you as much information as we know based off of what they told us here in the press conference. We want to show you a picture of the suspect, the person who they believe is responsible for this. This is 39-year-old Tyler Thomas of Ohio.
39-year-old Tyler Thompson of Ohio, and came and abducted her from Indiana. 17-year-old girl he met online on a fucking game. And now she's believed to be deceased, and we will find out that she is indeed deceased. This motherfucker took her beautiful life away from her. 17-year-old child.
Ohio. This is someone who they believe is the suspect here. We do not usually name suspects until formal charges are filed by prosecutors, but because we have this is a high profile nature to this case, and there was the press conference here, we wanted to make sure that people knew exactly who it was that they believe was responsible here. Evidence was collected here and in Ohio.
So allegedly, he did tell the FBI where she was and led them to her body, from what I've heard. Cindy said arsenic naturally occurs in soil from the Earth's core. Rinse your rice, peel your root vegetables, and eat a variety of foods. That's the best that you can do, honestly. Legal age in Indiana is 17. Arkansas age, if consent, is 16. Really? So that means the charges are going to be different. We need to look into that. Let me star that comment from you, Kat. Thank you for the information. We need to see if the charges would be different.
Collected in the home and the car that was driven by Thomas here. And this is really a heartbreaking outcome. That's what the different officials said here as well, really reiterating the point that they will do everything that they can to support the family. who have been posting constantly online, just trying to get answers and doing everything that they can to try to make sure that they did what they could to try to find Hailey ever since she went missing at the beginning of January. The suspect is being held on charges that are unrelated to Hailey Buzbee, and will have a court appearance that is scheduled for February 2nd, so tomorrow.
So he's being, at this point, he was being held on charges that were unrelated to her, and then he had a court appearance, which we have video footage from. Is he, okay, so I know he's going to be charged with homicide, obviously, but I'm wondering if is it going to be kidnapping? Is it going to be the R word? I'm wondering. Age of consent is 16. I'm shocked. A lot of that goes back to like in the 1900s, the girls would get married at like 15, 16 years old and start families of their own sometimes. I think they need to change that, because honestly, this is not fucking 1900. 16-year-olds back then were at the maturity level of what probably I am right now. And I am in my late 30s. I mean, you know, we didn't have to make sure we planted the garden so that we could live through the winter, like plant your food or die. We don't live in a world like that anymore. So children are not as mature as they were back then, even though I don't agree with that age. I think it's still rather young, but regardless, that shit needs to be changed. We're not the same as we were back then. Kat said we need to educate our kids and teens on how PDF files can pretend to be other teens and arrange to meet. I believe explaining exactly how it happens can help them get it. Yeah. Yep, I've had that. Yeah, I've had that conversation with my children, that they will pretend to be teenagers, and then you'll think you're going to meet another teenager, and it really ends up being somebody that just wants to hurt you. Like, a lot of parents just say it's dangerous, don't do it, but kids always think they know better, and PDF files are good at grooming and making them feel special, and they think they are other kids. Exactly, 100%. Hey, Forrest, good to see you. And to what Kalisa said, exactly.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
It's important to let them know that, you know, they might not actually be talking to another child on the phone or on the game or whatever it is that they're using to communicate. Shelby, good to see you. Love. Forrest, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Westside Crime Show, good to see you. I tell my nieces and nephews to only talk to people they know. There are bad people out there who pretend to be their age and want to hurt them. Absolutely, Cara. It's the best way to be, I think. She was so beautiful. So beautiful.
And they do have a reason to believe that Buzbee was at the suspect's house and at a short-term rental in Ohio. So also, police telling us that they believe that the two met via online gaming, an important detail there. And they believe that Buzbee encountered the suspect within days of her being reported missing. So
she's reported missing. She left in the middle of the night thinking that she's going to go meet probably a boyfriend that she made online that's her age. They're going to meet. They're going to have, you know, be happy forever and always. And then she finds out it's this 39-year-old man who ends up killing her through an online gaming platform. Wolfpack said, I used the Delphi tragedy to explain catfishing to my granddaughters. Yeah. That one, poor Abby and Libby. I feel like they still haven't got justice, but that's just me. I won't go down that road. Kat said, absolute monster. Since I started following true crime, I tell my grandkids people lie and lie. Yep. I tell my kids, it's hard not to cover cases like this and not try to tell your kids, hey, you know, things like this happen. Please be aware. Put in the extra parental controls and all the things. I've gotten a lot more, not strict, but letting them know what the hell's going on out here, more so than I did before I had a true crime channel. You learn a lot. Hopefully it'll save a life.
That is the update that we have as of right now. We will continue to give you more information as to exactly what is going on. And also the mayor he spoke as well, talking about this tragic loss.
And I know that her family is devastated currently, and I'm confident.
I'm going to pause that right there, or yeah, we'll pause it right there and we'll actually listen to the full press conference, and then we'll come back to the end of this video. It's a short press conference. Hey, Brady, good to see you, love. Discord. Oh my God, that's awful. Maddie's music teacher was doing that shit too. Yep.
Okay, it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mayor Fadness?
I agree, Darcilla. This is Indiana.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, everyone, for showing up this afternoon. You know, Fishers, for as long as I can remember, our name is synonymous with family and family values. And so it pains me today to let you know that after an extensive investigation, we feel that Hailey is deceased. And I want to talk about her primarily, and then we're going to have Chief Gephardt come up and talk about the details of the case. But I spent some time with the family this morning, along with Chief Gephardt.
So yes, Tom, I did see that Daniel was arrested for forcible confinement, assault, and sexual assault. We talked about it on the past two shows, I do believe. His appearance is May 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. It's on my notes over here at the courthouse. Hey, Bellis, you don't have to be sorry. You get you some rest, love. It's good to see you.
And their wishes were truly to express what an incredible human being Hailey was.
Hey, Stephanie.
She was a bright light in the family. She was a wonderful big sister. She had a tremendous amount of promise and hope. She was excited about moving on to university, and she was an incredible human being.
She was excited about graduating high school and moving to the university. This girl had her whole life ahead of her, was doing the right thing, just like Idaho 4 children. And then this shit happens. I fucking hate it. I hate it for these teenagers that just, they just feel like, their parents don't know anything and they're grown, and these fucking pedophiles prey on that shit. I don't think that they should get out. If they've offended once, I don't think they should get out again too. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that upsets people. Once they get caught, they shouldn't be able to get back out. Especially, there can be levels, but like, especially, yeah, nope. I agree with you on that. If y'all don't mind, please twinkle over to the thumbs up. That helps us get in the algorithm. Thank you so much.
And I know that her family is devastated.
Hey, Miss King.
And I'm confident that our community will rally in the coming hours, days, and weeks to stand with that family in their grief and share
you're right on time.
Of mending and healing from this tragic loss. I want to thank Chief Gephardt and the Fishers Police Department.
Quickly, Tom said he even crossed state lines to reach her, and that's how the FBI got involved. The FBI, when you cross state lines, then the FBI can get involved. And I think that was really good in this case. Just remember how sneaky you were as a teen. Oh my God. Yeah. And there's always way around parental controls, and they get their hands on phones and you don't know about it. One girl used her mom's old laptop. I believe it. Even Sebastian Rogers, I genuinely think that he was lured out of that house. I think he got around the parental controls. And I don't think for a second that Chris and Katie didn't go above and beyond to try to make sure all of the parental controls were there. We were told that he left his phone on the counter at night. So it's not even like he could use his phone or what, at night. So yeah, there's always ways around it, unfortunately. And kids are sneaky and they think they were grown. And and it would be okay if it wasn't these pedophiles out here. If a child could be a child.
Thank the FBI. I want to thank our other counterparts in law enforcement for their tireless work over the last 3 to 4 weeks to try to bring Hailey home. Unfortunately, with the evidence we have today, she will not be coming home alive, but we're still working diligently to bring closure to this case. With that, I want to ask Chief Gephardt to share some details of the investigation as we move forward. Chief Gephardt?
Now, what I'm not understanding is, why did he kill her? Like, he abducted her, and then at some point he got apprehended because she left in the middle of the night. The police catch her on camera, and there's a vehicle, and they trace the vehicle, I'm assuming through the registration. They go to his house. They go to this rental place. They locate him. She's not there. He admits to the homicide, and then he leads the FBI to her body, is what we're going to find out. Why did he have to kill her? What I don't understand. That's what I need to know. And I'm going to go over with you. There is a petition that they want signed, and they want to bring Hailey's law into effect. I don't know what the law is yet. I just pulled information on it this morning. So we're going to find out what that is and see what could have been done better to save her life. Maybe.
Thank you for being here. Unfortunately, this is tragic news for our community. Our detectives identified a suspect, 39-year-old Tyler Thomas of Ohio. Because of evidence obtained and the statements made by the suspect, the investigation is now moved to recovery efforts. On January 6th, we responded to the Buzbee residence. Her parents had reported that she had left overnight. Our officers and our detectives diligently began the process to locate her, using all of our resources available.
I believe she's 17. I'm pretty sure she's 17. And he is 39. I know he's 39. I'm checking on her age. I think she's 17. Often there is no motive. Yeah. Westside said maybe didn't want a witness or her saying anything. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Throughout the investigation, we were able to identify an unknown vehicle
17.
that had been in Hailey's neighborhood the night she had gone missing. Using technology, our detectives identified Thomas as the suspect she had left with. We made contact with him in Ohio, and he admitted to picking Hailey up at her home. He told us that he dropped her off on the side of the road in Western Ohio. However, through continued investigations, his initial story was determined to be untrue. We continued to diligently work with the FBI, the Indiana State Police, and our Ohio partners, the Columbus Police Department and the Hocking County Sheriff's Office. And after further investigation, Columbus Police Department's homicide unit assisted in serving search warrants where more evidence was collected at the home and the vehicle he had picked Hailey up in.
So I'm wondering what kind of evidence, just evidence proving that he did indeed pick her up in that vehicle. I mean, they already had that on camera. I'm wondering what evidence they got from the home and from the vehicle. Was it just evidence she was there, or do we actually have evidence of the homicide that occurred? Anders, they met on an online gaming platform. They don't say which one, but what comes to mind for me is Roblox.
The investigation confirmed Hailey to be at the Thomas home in Columbus and at a short-term rental in Hocking County. The Hocking County Sheriff's Office served search warrants for the short-term rental property and coordinated the use of aerial drones, canine, and physical search techniques to try to find Hailey. Investigators from all agencies involved continue to search for Hailey.
You're welcome.
Hailey and her story have been shared nationwide.
Thank you, Ellis.
Between the tips that you have shared with us and the support that you have shown the community, or that they've shown the family, we could not have asked for more from our community and beyond. This is not the outcome that any of us had wanted. We have connected her parents with resources that will help them, and we will stay committed to supporting her family through this tragic time. Hailey attended HSC High School, and we are working with the district to provide extra support for students that will be impacted by this devastating news. The suspect is in police custody in Ohio on charges associated with this case. but has not been charged with a murder at this time.
Okay. So we heard at first it was charges not related to her. And then we are now hearing that it's charges related to this case, but he hasn't been charged with her homicide as of yesterday, I believe is when this came out. I'll double check that. We're kind of moving through. So we've got the whole foundation and we're going to move into today.
This is an ongoing investigation that now
21
continues in
hours.
Ohio. We will continue to support those agencies and help with their investigation in any way possible. Our hearts are with her family, her friends, and our community as we try to get through this terrible time together. Next, we'll hear from Special Agent in charge of the FBI Indianapolis office, Tim O'Malley.
I'm going to check in Ohio with the FOIA request too, but I'll probably get the same answer. Just in a different one to Hawkins County.
Afternoon. My name is Tim O'Malley. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's Indianapolis field office. This is truly a heartbreaking outcome.
It's possible.
There are no words that can ease the pain that Hailey's family is feeling. But on behalf of the entire FBI, I want to extend our deepest condolences to her family, to her friends, and all those who loved her.
God bless them.
From the moment that FBI assistance was requested, we've been working closely with our partners at the Fishers PD and other law enforcement to locate Hailey and to find out what happened. Things that we've been doing since we became involved was offering technical assistance. We've been doing investigative work, analytical work, and I think above all, one of the things that we've been working on is the coordination with law enforcement in Ohio, since this case has tragically crossed into Ohio as well.
Yeah, again, usually the FBI can get involved if it crossed state lines, the crime.
So that's really what the FBI's involvement has been. Well, what I say today can never bring Hailey back. I do want everyone to know that the FBI is committed to pursuing justice and holding those accountable, those responsible accountable for what they did. We're committed to standing with this community and our law enforcement partners, and we're going to be there until the end. The one ask I have for everyone is just be patient as this investigation continues.
Me too.
And the search for Hailey continues as well. So thank you.
I just want to reiterate real quick that they have located her body, allegedly, from what's come out since this press conference.
If there are any questions, again, remember this is an active investigation, so there may
I'm gonna
be
grab my
things we can't
sweater.
answer, but Special Agent O'Malley, if you would join the chief, and then if you have any questions for either of them.
Chief, can you indicate to us how the victim first encountered the suspect? Was it random? Was it planned?
He was here to pick her up.
Excuse me.
How did they first make contact?
Through gaming online.
And were you able to utilize either cell phone or social media information in your investigation?
All of it, yes.
Can you explain how that was utilized?
I cannot.
Do you have an approximate date of her death?
Within a few days after she was picked up.
So she's been missing for 4 weeks at this point. Well, she died a couple days after he picked her up. Like, I'm wondering if he was stupid enough to think that he got away with it and they didn't get his vehicle and camera and she could just go missing and they wouldn't trace any of the shit back to him. He deserves to be exactly where he is.
How close do you believe that you are to recovering Hailey's body?
It's ongoing.
So unclear right now.
Unclear.
They don't want to talk about this. Like Tom said, they're getting all their ducks in a row before they hit him with more charges, and that's why they're not letting us get very much out of this at all. FOIA request too out of Fisher, Indiana. I'm going to try Hawkins County, Ohio, and see if they're saying anything different. But yeah, they're very tight-lipped about this, and they keep on saying an online gaming platform. They don't want the name of it to get out. I really think it's Roblox, because they're not wanting the name to get out because of the controversy. I think that's just my speculation, because there's so much controversy on Roblox right now anyway.
At what point did at least the Ohio investigators first encounter your suspect?
We encountered the suspect. Fishers PD did.
And when was that?
Maybe.
Like this weekend or 2 weeks ago?
Within days of her, her being missing.
So she was missing for 4 weeks. I would think if they had that they would have located her before now. I mean, obviously she probably doesn't have a phone. The phone's not with her any longer. So maybe if they did have it, they traced her to where she got picked up, and she would have got rid of her cell phone pretty much right after that. I wish they could too, CM. I really do.
Was the suspect at all cooperative?
Yeah.
It could be.
Can you explain to what extent?
I cannot.
Can you give us the name of the suspect again?
Hold on a minute.
Yes.
I've tried to hear that question. I was right about mouth. I apologize.
Within days of her, her being missing.
And was the suspect at all cooperative?
Yes.
Can you explain?
Was the suspect either cooperative or uncooperative? Hold on a minute. I need to know what that said. I need. And was the suspect at all cooperative? And he replied yes. And I think that's because he led the FBI to her body after he knew he had gotten caught. Indiana is currently involved in a high-profile case against Roblox. It's possible they're not saying the name of the game because this case could be added in conjunction of that case. I did not know that. Thank you for that information, Cara. And like Cindy said, honestly, it could be any gaming system with online access, in my honest opinion, and that's absolutely true. I really feel like it's Roblox. I don't know. Until we get the name of it, I'm probably going to continue to feel like it's Roblox, because I'm real upset with Roblox right now with all the fuck shit going on over there. I read somewhere he's already got a plea deal, and that's why he led them to the body. I hope not, but it's not out of the realm of possibility at all. If they couldn't locate her body and he's the only one that knows, because again, it's been 4 weeks since she disappeared. If she was homicided shortly after she disappeared, he's had a whole entire 2.5 to 3 weeks, possibly 3.5 weeks to put her body somewhere, and they might not have any idea. So it is entirely possible that they said, look, we'll give you a plea deal if you tell us where her body is so we can give her body back to her family and lay her to rest. That makes a lot of sense. I hope that's not the case, but it probably is. QT Card Designs, good to see you. I just hopped on, but they made age groups now, even after 18. Age groups? What do you mean? I don't know what that is, love. Max, good to see you, sweetheart.
Explain to what extent?
I cannot.
Can you give us the name of the suspect again, and also any history of this happening before with Mr.
Tyler Thomas, and I have no history.
What other charges, if he's not facing a murder charge right now, what are the other charges he's being held on?
He's being held in the Franklin County, Ohio jail on 2 felonies, pandering obscenity and tampering with evidence. There's no bond set at this time.
Hold on a minute. Franklin County Jail, and we need to look up those charges. I'm going to replay that real quick. Pandering obscenity. Pandering obscenity and something.
Does he have a court date for an initial hearing?
Tomorrow.
We have that.
What other charges, if he's not facing a murder charge right now, what are the other charges he's being held on?
He's being held in the Franklin County, Ohio jail on 2 felonies, pandering obscenity and tampering with evidence. There's
Felonious and then tampering with evidence. All right.
There's no bond set at this time.
Is he have a court date for an initial hearing?
Tomorrow.
Yep.
What evidence?
Age plus. My daughter
Can't say
plays and she
specific
can only be
evidence,
with
but
18 to
what
20.
gave you an idea
Oh.
that Hailey was deceased?
Evidence that we obtained through the investigation of our detectives and statements that he had made.
At the house and in the vehicle?
We have evidence that obviously we know Hailey was at the house and in the short-term rental in Hocking.
Okay, so that tells us that they have evidence that she was there, like hair, like a hair follicle, a skin cell, I don't know, some kind of evidence, probably not that microscopic, but maybe a shirt or shoes or some of her hair, whatever. Something like that they've got at the house in the rental, and they have determined that she was there at some point. I'm not hearing that there's evidence of the homicide happening at either residence. He's saying that they have just determined basically that she was there at those places. QT Cards Design said age groups on Roblox. My daughter plays and she can only be with 18 to 20-year-olds. That's really good, but like Forrest said, how do they verify the age would be my next question. Do they look at IDs or how does that work? Roblox has made a lot of money. Yeah. It's extremely easy to bypass their age group requirements. Really? I don't disagree with that either.
Have you been able to recover any of her personal items?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so it might be hair or skin cells or something, but they've got something that verifies that she was at the rental and at the residence of Thomas Thompson, Tyler Thompson.
Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time with us this afternoon. Thank you.
All right, now we'll go back to the news story that we were listening to.
We start on this.
So they reiterate what the mayor said.
And I know that her family is devastated currently, and I'm confident that our community will rally in the coming hours, days, and weeks.
Oh, wow.
To stand with that family in their grief and share in the burden of mending and healing
That's
from this
interesting.
tragic loss.
She has to present a photo. Okay.
And that was Fisher's Mayor Scott Fadness speaking about the tragic update here at the police department. We'll continue to get you more updates as we get them, and we'll be covering more of this throughout the evening. Jenny, back to you.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Again, such a devastating update out of Fisher's. Want to kind of give you again a look at those details. So Buzbee was originally believed to have run away from her home in Fisher's January 5th. Police later say she got in the car with somebody, was believed to be in danger. Now, again, police say they believe 39-year-old Tyler Thomas from Ohio was the person who took her. Fisher's police say that evidence shows it and say that he admitted to picking her up from her Fisher's neighborhood. Again, the two met, as Brandon mentioned, police say through online gaming. Police say they searched his home, his car, and they determined he took her to Ohio, both at his home and at a short-term rental in Hocking County, Ohio, which is in the southern part of the state. His home is in Columbus, Ohio. He is now in custody. He's being held at the Franklin County, Ohio jail without bond. Again, prosecutors have not charged him with Hailey's disappearance. He's being held without bond on 2 other felonies, pandering obscenity and tampering with evidence.
Okay, that's so important right now. Quickly, QT Card says she has to present a photo, and I'm thinking that people like Tyler Thompson, I'm sure he presented himself as a lot younger than he actually is. Since I've been actually getting dressed and wearing makeup, I've been getting carded more. When at the gas station, when I go to get my cigarettes, people can. My concern would be people presenting as younger than they actually are. But I still think it's a good thing to do for Roblox to make people present a photo and put them in age groups. That is one thing that they can do, and I am glad to hear that they are doing it. There are guidelines as old as 1 week ago on how to bypass it, and that's not good. Just from Googling it, you can bypass it. That sucks. But at least they're trying something. What is important out of what she just said is that he is being held in Ohio. Number one, the rental was in the southern part of the state, and the house was in Columbus. I'll look up how far away they are from each other, but he was taking her several different places across the state of Ohio. I'm thinking to the house. I'm thinking they're kind of far apart, and that's another reason why the FBI got involved, because they're from Indiana. But this charge, they know that he killed her because he's leading her to the body. He's leading the FBI and the police department to her body to recover her. But he's only being charged with pandering, obscenity, which is a felony, and tampering with evidence, which is a felony. So it will not surprise me to hear that he took a plea deal and is not being charged with her homicide. He's being charged with pandering, obscenity, and tampering with evidence in exchange for leading them to her body. I think that is exactly what's going on here. And I'm with Cindy. He needs to be put under the motherfucking jail. I think that that officer we just saw, who seemed highly fucking irritated, is highly fucking irritated because they gave him a plea deal. The district attorney would have done that. And I think the plea is, again, not being charged with homicide. We'll find out more in just a minute. My daughter was talking to someone in Ohio when she was 15, and they sent her gifts. I was oblivious until the gift, looked up the address, and it was a man that was 26. Oh my God, QT, that is awful. So sorry you had to go through that. That's very scary.
So major development in this case, police also saying that they're providing counseling not only to Hailey's family, but also they'll provide counseling to students at HSE where she attended as they try and grapple with this loss. We will, of course, share more details with you throughout the night on WTHR.com and here on WTHR Plus.
All right, we're going to pause this. Hold on a minute. And we are going to go. Yeah. So now we're on today. I'm going to go ahead and read this article that was from just a few minutes ago, 5:55 a.m. Eastern Standard. And it reads, tragic turn in search for, quote, endangered girl 17 as cops arrest man she met online. A missing and endangered high school student who suddenly vanished after meeting a man on a gaming platform is feared to be deceased, and cops have arrested him as part of their probe. Indiana teen Hailey Buzbee, who was 17, was last seen by her parents on January 5th and was initially considered a runaway before cops later said she left with a plan and was at risk. Buzbee was allegedly picked up by Tyler Thomas, 39, who she had met at an online gaming platform, and likely died within a couple of days of her disappearance. Fisher officers announced that on February 1st. A car linked to Thomas was seen in Buzbee's neighborhood, and he admitted to picking her up when quizzed by investigators, according to court documents. Child sex abuse material was allegedly found on Thomas's devices, and he allegedly tried to delete videos of the teen. Cops also honed in on homes linked to him. Drones, canine search teams combed a rental home in Hawking County, Ohio, after cops claimed they had evidence suggesting Buzbee and Thomas were at the rental home together. Thomas hasn't been charged with her homicide, but has been arrested as part of the law enforcement probe, which includes the FBI. Quote, the FBI is committed to pursuing justice and holding those accountable for what they did, said Tim O'Malley, the FBI's special agent in charge for Indianapolis. Quote, the one ask I have is for everyone is to be patient as the investigation continues and the search for Hailey continues. Thomas has been charged with pandering, sexually oriented matter involving a minor, and is also accused of tampering with evidence. So the pandering, obscenity felony is related to a minor, which makes me glad to hear, because with the age of consent being 16 or 17, I was concerned if they were going to use the term minor. It's not child, but minor nonetheless, which does make me feel a little bit better. There is our predator. Piece of shit. Lori, good to see you. I've never seen a wolf or a cougar. Dude, I got to tell y'all a story at the end of this, and I'm going to star that comment because the cougar reminded me of that story I need to get with y'all about. Using a picture to verify still concerns me. All you need is a picture and nothing stopping someone from using someone else's picture. Great point, Forrest.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
They could be using their children's picture to get in groups like that. You're absolutely right. Hailey's dad, Bo, described the teen as someone with a, quote, bright future, unquote. Quote, Hailey was smart, beautiful, kind, and a caring young lady with a bright future, he wrote on Facebook. She had a deep love for her family and holds a very special place in so many hearts. Our family is devastated. I really feel bad for the family. We're going to go to today, which is there he is with his court appearance. But I want to share with you guys this. This is from Bo Buzbee's page since we were talking about it. This was posted 5 hours ago, and it says hashtag bring Hailey home, hashtag find Hailey Buzbee, hashtag Army for Hailey. So it reads, thank you for your prayers, condolences, and support. I know the pain extends well beyond my family. We have fought together and we will heal together. Please take care of yourselves and one another. Please pray for everyone searching for Hailey, that the Lord will guide them, protect them, and lead them to wrapping her in caring arms and bring her home to us. Please consider signing and sharing this petition. There's 2 parts. Education, which is preventative. Implement another education resource for our children. As Hailey matured, I was always concerned about our words as parents becoming less effective since we were the parents. Hailey had a village. She received guidance from my sisters, other family members, and counselors as well. I believe our children still need more. Pink alert, which is the intervention. Our children, our most precious gifts, can vanish in moments, yet our current capabilities and resources to locate them are insufficient. We must invest more earlier and decisively. As a parent, it's hard to understand the meaning of it all when our children aren't treated as the highest priority and the laws meant to protect them are far behind the times. I'm going to share this petition and I will sign it. I don't put it public because that would actually give my name out, but I will keep this pulled up and sign it afterwards. Hold on, I might have to sign it now in order to share it. Yep. So I'm going to put y'all back over here just for a second so I can sign it and then I'll be able to share it. Hold on just a minute. It don't take long. Okay. Now I've got share the petition. So I have signed it. Let me drop that link in chat in case y'all want to go over there and sign it. Thank you so much, QT, for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Quickly, we'll intermission and ask if y'all please hit the thumbs up. It helps us get out in the algorithm and it's free. I really appreciate it.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, Star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, baby. All right. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. So now we have this interview, and then we will have the full video of his court appearance. This is from 3 hours ago.
The body of an Indiana teenager has been recovered in Perry County. That's according to the suspect's defense attorney. 17-year-old Hailey Buzbee has been missing since early January. This morning, Columbus resident Tyler Thomas appeared in court, accused of being involved in her disappearance. NBC4's Gracie Collins was in that courtroom and tells us what she's learned. Gracie?
Sierra, Thomas received a $1.5 million bond for the charges that he's currently facing, but his defense attorney says that he anticipates that there will be more charges coming out of Hocking County. Now, in the courtroom, Thomas appeared virtually, and the hearing only lasted a couple of minutes. He's charged with 1 count each of pandering sexually oriented matter involving a minor and tampering with evidence. Following the hearing, I spoke with his defense attorney, Sam Szymanski.
I'm going to pause that right there and we'll watch the hearing and then hear what the defense attorney said after the hearing. So they are expecting more charges, which is fantastic news, but why hasn't he gotten more charges just yet? Is this after? Hold on. Defense attorney says teen remains has been found. Okay, so this must be after. I apologize. It looked like he was on the video. Let's go back to this one real quick. There's his virtual appearance. I'm going to try to pull it.
Hearing only lasted a couple of minutes. He's charged with 1 count each of pandering sexually oriented matter involving a minor and tampering with evidence. Following the hearing, I spoke with his defense attorney, Sam Szymanski, who says after speaking with his client, they decided to contact the FBI. Buzbee was last seen at her home in early January in Fishers, Indiana, north of Indianapolis. Fishers police say she was in contact with Thomas through online gaming. Columbus police then searched his Columbus home and a rental property in Hocking County, where they found evidence that Buzbee was there. Szymanski revealed that her body was found in Perry County on Sunday.
We accompanied law enforcement and the FBI to Perry County, and we assisted with pinpointing the location of Ms. Buzbee. And so, in speaking with Prosecutor Rugg, who is the Perry County prosecutor, mercifully, they were able to work through the evening with BCI at the helm and have, we believe, recovered Ms. Buzbee's body.
So they did recover her body. She was so beautiful, and he didn't look upset at all. Aaron Spencer here in Arkansas was charged for protecting his daughter. I've been looking into it a little bit. I got to get my Arkansas ID and then I can pull everything on the case, which is what I'm trying to work on. But got to make up money from missing from the snow and stuff. Roblox age group verification, in my honest opinion, makes it like a fucking menu for pedophiles. They now know what age group to prey on and know that most of the people there are their target age groups. I didn't think about it like that. God, I hope not.
Expected back in court for a preliminary hearing next Tuesday. Local for you in Columbus, I'm Gracie Collins, NBC4.
Gracie, thank you. We will continue to follow this breaking story both on air and online. For the latest information, you can visit our website, NBC4i.com.
Thanks. Okay. Let me see. We'll go back to here now.
Sam, you actually turned your client.
Trying to grab his spelling of his name. There we go. He's 39. All right. I'm working on pulling the arrest affidavit as we speak. Trying to anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I'm going to work on it. But we still got a lot to look at and discuss.
Your client in over the weekend. Can you kind of explain how that came about?
Yes. So on Friday, Kate and Maya and I and one other staff member became involved in this case. After we learned about the details, we had to make a bunch of critical, time-sensitive decisions, and we collectively decided that contacting the FBI was the way to go. So we made that call around 2 or 3, and regrettably, due to maybe some administrative circumstances, we were not actually able to speak to an agent until Friday evening. Friday evening we got together with representatives from the FBI, and then we made arrangements to meet on Saturday. This is all at our client's request to fully cooperate with bringing closure as quickly as possible to this extraordinarily unfortunate situation.
How many people believe that he requested to do that? Because I don't at all whatsoever. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of fucking question is that? Lucas County lawsuit, December 2025. A lawsuit was filed on behalf of a 13-year-old girl who was allegedly groomed by a predator on Roblox before being coerced into further contact on Discord where she was threatened. I'm sure there's a lot. That's out of Ohio. Interesting.
So we then reconvened Saturday morning.
Correct.
We met at our office with our client. We then received a call from Detective Feder and Sergeant Leroy from CPD Homicide. They requested that we meet them at the Columbus Police Department, which we did. At that meeting, present not only was our client and representatives from law enforcement, but also a representative from the Hocking County Prosecutor's Office. And so we were all working towards one common goal, and that was, as I said earlier, bringing closure for the family as quickly as possible. Our client insisted upon that, and that's precisely what we did. To that end, at our client's insistence, we assisted law enforcement Saturday afternoon and later Sunday, and that goal has now been met of bringing complete closure, at least with respect to this stage of the investigation, for everybody involved, but most important, the family of.
I want to know if this attorney that he has, I'm going to have to submit a FOIA, I do believe, in order to get anything. And so I'll work on that, but because I haven't done one in Ohio. Anyway, I want to know if this lawyer is a public defender or if he hired him, because again, I think that a plea deal was set into motion pretty early on when they started talking to him. So I'm wondering, I want to know if this attorney, he hired this attorney, the attorney got the plea deal that I speculate that he got. And that's why he's only charged with pandering obscenity to a minor and tampering with evidence. And he's out here trying to tout his fucking client as, oh, my client wanted to bring closure to the family. How about you not abduct and then homicide their fucking child? Like, don't try to make him the fucking martyr for wanting to bring closure to the fucking case after he is the whole reason for the case. This shit's pissing me the fuck off.
Ms. Buzbee.
Are you saying she's been recovered?
I don't either.
I'm saying that, yes. And again, it's impossible to understate the tragic nature of this circumstance. And again, I want to emphasize, and not being gratuitous, but our client had every right in the world to keep his mouth shut and not participate and let whatever chips there were fall where they may. He did precisely the opposite. He's been cooperative to the extent that he's been able, and that cooperation has been fruitful. So I can tell you that yesterday, and you're already aware because you've done your homework with respect to the furlough order that went on, we accompanied law enforcement and the FBI to Perry County, and we assisted with pinpointing the location of Ms. Buzbee. And so in speaking with Prosecutor Rugg, who is the Perry County prosecutor, mercifully, they were able to work through the evening with BCI at the helm and have, we believe, recovered Ms. Buzbee's body.
Will he be charged with homicide in Perry or Hocking County?
We anticipate that charges in that regard will come from Hocking County.
Do you know?
So if it's coming out of Hocking County, did he commit the homicide at his house or at the rental? Would be my next question. And they better. I swear to God, I'll be out there protesting. That shit will piss me the fuck off if they don't. They better.
When?
We don't. As you can imagine, intelligent journalists that you are, these charges here, were agreed upon, and they're, I don't want to call them a placeholder, but he's not going to make bond, so nobody's trying to rush anything. I mean, there's some procedural considerations for all parties at play. But right now, everybody has time to take a breath and move ahead accordingly.
I know you've got your client's best interest at heart.
Always.
Did he explain why?
So I know you have to ask that question, and you know what my answer is, having worked with us for many years. I can't divulge client confidences, nor would I. I can certainly tell you that there's a difference between being responsible for certain acts of which one is not proud, and also distinguishing from taking another's life. I can tell you that he will be entering a not guilty plea if and when he's charged with a homicide in this matter, and will proceed accordingly.
There is a distinguishment between taking. What the fuck did he just say? I'm getting more angry by the second. What the fuck did he just say?
And also distinguishing from taking another's life. I can tell you that he will be entering a not guilty plea. That there's a difference between being responsible for certain acts of which one is not proud.
There's a difference between being responsible for certain acts, like probably RAPE, an abduction of a fucking minor, and then the distinction between committing the homicide of that minor, and he's pleading not guilty. So maybe there's not a plea deal. I don't know, but I'm very interested where you're going to take this case, Mr. Defense Attorney over here. Calling it now, they're going to try to play it that she was consenting of consenting age, and things got out of hand when it comes to consenting adults. It wouldn't surprise me, and that'll piss me off. Yeah, he shouldn't be offered shit. I agree. I looked and watched everything my daughter was doing online. Parents need to be more involved in what their children and teens are doing online. Yeah, it is a lot of word salad.
And also distinguishing from taking another's life. I can tell you that he will be entering a not guilty plea if and when he's charged with a homicide in this matter, and will proceed accordingly. But again, at this juncture, all I can emphasize is his complete and unfettered cooperation with respect to locating the remains, and also reemphasize the collective work that was done with our office, with everybody's help, and with law enforcement's assistance to bring much needed closure to the Buzbee family in Indiana.
I know you obviously represent Mr. Thomas, but your thoughts for the Buzbee family right now?
You know, it's hard to put into words. Oftentimes, the perception of the public is that just because you're a strong advocate for those that are accused, that you don't have any amount of empathy for what a family is going through. I can assure you that my colleagues and I are not of that mindset. We, and this is going to sound gratuitous, but we grieve for this tragic loss of life. And
I'm biting my tongue.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
While you attempt to get him the best plea fucking possible, and while you're gonna help him plead not fucking guilty to a crime that everybody fucking knows he committed, that he admitted to, that he led the FBI to her fucking body, we're gonna plead not guilty. Yet you're grieving with it. Get the whole fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Fired. Bye. Peace. Nope.
And we grieve for the circumstances attendant to this loss.
Fuck you.
And that's why we, along with our client, took every difficult step necessary to assist. You know, there is certainly a school of thought from a defense perspective. You just shut up and keep your mouth shut and do nothing, and just let law enforcement spend how many ever hundreds or thousands of man hours and woman hours it would have taken to locate Ms. Buzbee. We chose to do just the opposite. And I would submit that it's easy to say, oh, our thoughts and prayers and all that trite BS. We preferred in this case to let our actions do the talking. So you can imagine.
So if you're letting your actions do the talking, and he admitted to the FBI where her body was and showed where her body was. I do appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that her family has her body back, but the family wouldn't be needing to locate her body if your client had not committed this homicide and abducted her. How are you going to let your client do all that and still approach this from a position of not guilty? What are we going with, an insanity plea? Because that's not going to make a whole lot of sense. You got to be able to prove that you were insane at the time that the offense occurred. And this offense was very well thought out and planned. So you're going to have a whole fucking hard time doing that. Yeah, sit all the fucking way down. But this is a bunch of word salad bullshit. Hopefully they send him to Southern Ohio Correctional Institution. That place is a living hell. I hope he does. I just checked Southern Ohio jail. He's in the Franklin County jail, but I'm not able. I'm going to have to try to get the arrest affidavit out of Ohio. I don't know if I'll be able to, but the media has it already, so it shouldn't be that hard to get, hopefully.
Imagine the twisting
that
Kate and I and everybody else in our office went through. Like, do we take these steps? Is it going to be complicated later on when these most serious murder charges are filed? Our client said, you take whatever steps are necessary to bring closure to this aspect of the case. And so I believe that those actions illustrate just how deeply committed we are to doing everything within our power to help the Buzbees move forward with the grieving process. So that's where we are.
Do you know where? How about people just not hurt kids? I don't know. 33 degrees. When the Twilight Zone, we're in the Twilight Zone. These people want to know why Aaron Spencer did what he did. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
You got a fucking predator out here being presented as a fucking martyr, and you wonder why these predators, when they get out and they abduct the same child again, the damn daddy goes and shoots them. I fucking wonder.
Authorities found her? Or
I do.
is that something that you can share?
Yeah, it's in Perry County. I mean, I can tell you that our client, along with Agent Lacey and others from the FBI, took law enforcement to the precise spot so they wouldn't have to needlessly waste time and energy seeking the proverbial, needle in a haystack.
Well, let him out of jail right fucking now and just let that man walk the street. Let's throw some roses at him as he's fucking released. I mean, what the fuck? This motherfucker. Indy, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That helps out and supports so very much. And that was so very sweet of you. Indy said, thank you, AS. Thank you, Indy. I really appreciate that. That was super sweet of you. Let me get you an amazing. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Basil, amazing. Thank you so much, Indy. I really appreciate it. Yeah, he's not the predator anymore. He's the prey, and everybody's preying on him, and they're going to hit him with these horrific murder charges. Yeah, he committed the murder, but he took the FBI to her body. He saved them from having to look for the proverbial needle in a haystack. So let's just let him out of fucking jail right now. Like, what the? Yeah, we're in the Twilight Zone for sure.
Short-circuited that process deliberately.
How about he deliberately abducted and deliberately homicided her? Deliberately short-circuited the process. Fuck you.
And helped move this along yesterday afternoon.
Did your client tell you why he was involved with a young girl?
These are. I understand these are important questions for you, but I wouldn't answer that.
Oh no, we're not going to answer that. That paints my client in a bad light, which, don't get me wrong, I get that he's a defense attorney and he doesn't want to do that, but at the same time, let's not make him a fucking martyr either. What the fuck?
It's bad. I'm not trying to be shitty, but I mean, it's a good question, but one I can't answer.
You're already being shitty.
Anything else you want to add, Sam?
No, I think you've asked good questions. And again, we just are and were committed to moving this portion of the investigation along as quickly as possible.
So what happens now?
Well, there are still some ongoing details and leads that are being pursued very diligently by Sergeant Leroy and other members of the Columbus Division of Police. They're working incredibly diligently to.
What other leads? Are you trying to paint this as somebody else is involved? Because I don't fucking think so. Isn't this the same county that the Tempe murder suspect is in? If he's in Hawking County, Ohio, yes, I'll check it and see.
Bring further closure, and that's, as you would say in your business, a developing story. So that's all I know.
A developing story. Oh, I'm not sure because I don't have the correct spelling. What I pulled up was the Maricopa County, Arizona. I know it's not there. Tempee. No, Temple. I'm not sure, love. I can check Plunder's page and see what she has on that. Okay, so it's gone to black screen. Yeah, that's black screen. Blank screen for the rest of that video. All right, let's jump over here. So I did see this. This reads, I just got off the phone with Samuel Shamsky, the lawyer for Tyler Thomas. He told me his client led FBI to the 17-year-old body of Hailey Buzbee last night. Let me put up my banner because obviously I wasn't there. So I don't know if this is true or not. I didn't see her talk to the defense attorney, so I don't know. I'm just reading you what we have located on X and things like that. Yeah, he needs to take, yeah, the defense attorney needs to take him on home. I mean, yeah, fuck, why not just let him crash on your fucking couch at this point? What the fuck? Wonder if those big money lawyers his mommy and daddy paid for. That's a good question. All right. So she continues, Shamsky told me the FBI picked Thomas up on Sunday from the Franklin County Jail in Ohio. Thomas took officials to where her body was. Thomas was booked into jail on one count of pandering sexually oriented matter involving a minor and create and produce material, a level 2 felony, and one count of tampering with evidence. Alter, destroy, conceal, remove record, a level 3 felony. Shamsky told me he believes Thomas will be charged with homicide in the Buzbee case. Hold on, my thing just came back on. In Hawking County. When I asked Shamsky if Thomas committed the homicide, he told me not to assume that and to wait until all the evidence comes forward. Who the fuck else committed the homicide? Can somebody tell me that? Okay. Wait till all the evidence comes forward. I also asked how Buzbee died. He said he was not ready to disclose that information. He is currently being held on a $1.5 million bond. I want that Zoom feed. Here's people talking about the search. Hold on. I don't know if this is her parents or, let's see.
We'll never stop. We're never going to stop looking for her.
I think that's
and we just miss our girl.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks since Bo and Rania have seen their daughter Hailey. They've passed out more than 20,000 flyers, but still no sign from their daughter.
We miss you so much.
Oh my God.
Everything just feels so incomplete without you.
If you're listening to this, just let us know that you're okay and that you're safe. And
she's got her mama's eyes. Oh my God. God bless them. Oh my God.
And please just come home.
My name is Hailey.
Hailey is a junior at Hamilton Southeastern. Friends and family say she's a smart and caring girl who loved reading and being with her family.
Excuse me, fellas.
According to Fishers police, the 17-year-old was last seen with her parents at their home in Fishers. Police originally thought she ran away from home on January 5th or the early morning of January 6th. Now police believe she did not act alone and willingly left the home with a plan. The case has now been upgraded from a runaway teen to an endangered missing juvenile.
I wanted to show you all these pictures of her with her dad fishing and stuff. And we got this fucking defense attorney talking about just wait until the evidence comes out. And, you know, he's such a fucking martyr because he led police to her body so she can be laid to rest. fuck him and the fucking cock he rode in on. I'm sorry for speaking like that. But fuck that. Fuck him. Fuck him. How about you not prey on little fucking girls? How about we start there, motherfucker? Jesus. Yeah, this is what he wants you to believe is the fucking martyr. Oh, he's such a great person because he led the FBI directly to her fucking body. How about you fucking not just hurt children? How about we fucking just not? All right, let's go over here. So she was located in Perry County. They confirmed that Hailey Buzbee was reported missing in early January, was found deceased in Perry County. Her body was recovered Sunday after investigators followed leads in the case. They say Tyler Thomas, 39 of Columbus, is in custody and allegedly directed authorities to the location where Buzbee's remains were discovered. And it talks about the charges. We need to look them up. That's the same post we just read on X. I'm going to find the feed. Oh, police say missing Fisher's teen, Hailey Buzbee, was likely homicided at the short-term rental in Ohio. Suspect's attorney says remains have been recovered. So she was homicided at the, allegedly, more than likely homicided at the short-term rental that he had in Ohio. Let me close out some of these tabs so it'll load a little bit better.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone.
This is an ad because this is on my computer. So you'll have to give me just a second. I know you can't hear it. So he knew she was there and left her until he was caught, but he showed them where she was, so that cancels everything before I'll evidently or his fucking defense attorney. Fucking idiot.
Good afternoon. 13 News at noon begins today with breaking news. The body of a missing Fishers teenager has been recovered in Ohio. That information comes from the attorney for the man suspected in her disappearance. 17-year-old Hailey on January 5th. Ashton Hackman joins us now in studio on this investigation. Certainly not the news anybody was hoping to hear. Certainly.
No, it was not. Indy said, I'm sure they have to wait for an autopsy and toxicology before charging. And I agree with that. They probably do. But I don't think that she overdosed. I really don't.
Not just a heartbreaking update overall. Earlier today, the man accused of picking Buzbee up, 39-year-old Tyler Thomas of Ohio, made his first court appearance. A judge set his bail at $1.5 million. Thomas admitted to picking Buzbee up from her Fishers home, but police say he lied about dropping her off on the side of the road in western Ohio. Investigators believe Thomas contacted Buzbee through an online gaming platform. Police say an unknown vehicle was in Buzbee's.
So that was the court appearance with him over Zoom. I want the preliminary hearing. I will be following this case so I can get that for us. Been a long time since I've asked. Last time I was driving up into Colorado, snow and ice, got up the next morning at 70. That shit's insane. Sounds like out here.
On January 5th, the night she went missing, police were able to identify Thomas as the person she left with. Investigators also reportedly found evidence at a short-term rental in Hocking County, Ohio. Police said they believe Buzbee died within a few days of being picked up. Now, we've learned Thomas turned himself into the FBI with his attorneys on Saturday. His attorneys tell.
That's going to be the rental or the house in Hawkins. Want to know where that location is.
Plus, he led them to Buzbee's body in Perry County, Ohio, last night.
It's impossible to understate the tragic nature of this circumstance, reemphasize the collective work that was done with our office, with everybody's help, and with law enforcement's assistance to bring much needed closure to the Buzbee family in Indiana.
Thomas has not been charged in Buzbee's murder. He is facing charges of tampering with evidence and pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor. His attorneys say if he is charged with Buzbee's murder, he will enter a not guilty plea. As of right now, his next date in court is scheduled for February 10th. But obviously, all eyes have been on this case, and this is now being handed over to the FBI. They are going to be the lead agency. Obviously, when you cross state lines, several counties.
This says Hailey was a valued member of our school community, remembered for her big heart and positive spirit. Her family shared that she was a bright light and a loving big sister. Hailey will be deeply missed by all those that knew her.
Been on this case, and this is now being handed over to the FBI. They are going to be the lead agency. Obviously, when you cross state lines, several counties involved, they will be handling the rest of this case.
So you've been working the phones today, and as you said, that this information is coming from the attorney of the man suspected in her disappearance. Police and the FBI, they've not said anything specifically.
Yes, and I've contacted multiple law enforcement agencies. Fishers Police referred us to the FBI. They are now the lead agency. The FBI hasn't answered our questions. I've also contacted Columbus Police, the Perry County Sheriff's Office, and the Perry County Coroner's Office to get some information. All of them have yet to respond.
And there's still so many dots to connect as far as why police believe that this is the end result and that how they got there. I mean, because she's been missing now. She'd been missing for almost a month.
Yes, and police tell us they made contact with Thomas shortly after she went missing. So there is definitely a lot to piece together, and we hope to learn more if and when murder charges are filed in this case.
Okay, keep us posted, Ashton. Thank you very much. Well, Buzbee attended Hamilton Southeastern High School. The principal.
And they're going to read what they put on the screen just a minute ago. We're going to jump over here. I'm still trying to find the charging documents, and we're going to look up what these crimes mean that he's charged with. This is out of Columbus, Ohio, this morning at 11:30. Don't do this to me. Okay, at 11:37. This story has been updated to reflect the correct date Hailey Buzbee was last seen by her parents and to add additional information. A Columbus man is charged with pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor and tampering with evidence in connection with a missing teen girl from Indiana who disappeared January 5th and whom authorities there believe is deceased. Tyler Thomas, 39 of Columbus, Victorian Village neighborhood. Is being held in the Franklin County Jail and is scheduled for a hearing on Monday, February 2nd in the Franklin County Court. Hailey Buzbee, 17 of Fishers, Indiana, a suburb north of Indianapolis, was last seen by her parents about 10 p.m. January 5th near her home. Police there said in a news conference on February 1st, a vehicle in the area at the time was traced back to Thomas, who Fisher police said met Buzbee through online gaming. Police said they talked to Thomas within a few days of her disappearance, and he told them he'd drop Buzbee off on the side of the road in western Ohio. Police soon determined that statement was not true. Right there. Okay, let's pause right there. So if he's such a fucking martyr, per his fucking defense attorney, why the fuck did he originally lie to the police and say he dropped her off on the side of the road in western Ohio? Like, if you want us to believe he's this great, wonderful person who just wants to bring closure to the family, then why the fuck didn't he do it to begin with? Why the fuck didn't he say, I committed her homicide, here's the body? Yeah, fuck all the way off, Mr. Defense Attorney. I'm taking my aggression out on him today because he really pissed me the fuck off. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that the police don't have to look for her body for days and days and days without being able to find it. But more than likely, the police would have found her body relatively within the next couple of days or so, I would think, regardless of what he said. Like, don't paint him as a fucking martyr now. Because of evidence, hold on. It's jumping. Because of evidence obtained and from statements made by the suspect, Fishers police say they believe Buzbee is deceased and are working to find her body, which has been located, and it was in Perry County. Court records state that Thomas picked up Buzbee in the early morning of January 6th, and that child sex abuse material containing photo images and videos of the missing juvenile girl were found on digital devices belonging to Thomas during a warrant search of his home on Hunter Avenue, January 21st. Police searched Thomas's cell phone and found several cached photos of Buzbee performing SEX acts, according to a probable cause affidavit. Those photos indicate a video had been created and later deleted, according to court records. Again, he tried to delete photos of a 17-year-old girl that was missing performing SEX acts. Y'all, I'm gonna work some magic because they're not putting it out here, but I can tell you I'm gonna make some phone calls because I've got sources and I have figured out some things, and I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm pretty positive I'll have this before the end of the day, the arrest affidavit, and we'll go over it tomorrow. Because I've got friends in high places. Hopefully. I'm not going to make any promises, but hopefully I can get it. Fishers police said Thompson spent time with the missing girl at his home in Columbus and at a short-term rental in Hocking County, where sheriff deputies seized the rental and deployed a drone and dogs in an effort to help locate Buzbee, the Indy Star reported. Buzbee was initially listed as a runaway by Fisher police. The Indy Star reported on January 20th the department upgraded her case to an endangered missing juvenile. Fisher's police said Buzbee left her home voluntarily and was not initially misclassified. So they're saying that basically before they updated her to an endangered missing juvenile, because originally she had left her home willingly. She walked out the door. So originally it was just a missing juvenile. When they figured out that this 39-year-old man had picked her up, then they changed it to an endangered missing juvenile, which I don't disagree with. I think that's how you would have to do it. I just wish, like with the petition that we just signed, that I just signed, that we had more, that the police had the ability to locate this information sooner, so that we could have gotten this information out there sooner. Because if it was a couple of days after she disappeared that she was deceased, we would have been able to save her if we had the technology and the resources to get this information in the first couple of minutes, hours after she's been missing. We would have been able to save her life. Woo. I'm sorry. My chat was way up. I apologize if I missed anybody. Abella said, someone please explain why homiciders are so afraid of the death penalty. They inflict it on their victims. It must be okay. I think we should go back to that, an eye for an eye. An eye for an eye. I really do. I don't know. They don't want to die. Like, oh, I can't die. I don't know if it's like, it's definitely psychological, but yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. You get the same thing they did. Tammy, good to see you. We got another missing child from online gaming. Well, she's not missing. Unfortunately, she's deceased. Abducted by a 39-year-old. In a February 1st post on Facebook, Bo Buzbee, the girl's father, said the family was devastated by the news that police believe she has died. Quote, Hailey was smart, beautiful, kind, and caring young lady with a bright future. She had a deep love for her family and holds a very special place in so many hearts. So sad. We're going to read that post. Let me go to. Look, she looks just like she did when she was a baby. Gracious. He shared the petition, which we shared in chat. I'm going to grab another. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go ahead and share that again for anybody coming in, and I'm going to post it in the description of this video after the live. There is the link to the petition to sign for Hailey, and it would, let me explain to you real quick. So the first step would be education, which is a preventative step. Implement another education resource for our children. As Hailey matured, I was always concerned about our words as parents becoming less effective since we were the parents. And I'm going to pause right there and remind you that when you tell your teenager, you know, there's crazy people out here, they think that you just don't want them to take a walk outside by themselves. But if somebody else tells them, they believe it. It's kind of like that. Teenagers think their parents don't know anything. And usually they'll listen to somebody else. The other part of this, or continuing, says Hailey had a village. She received guidance from my sisters, other family members, and counselors as well. I believe our children still need more. And the second part is a pink alert and its intervention. Our children, our most precious gifts, can vanish in moments, yet our current capabilities and resources to locate them are insufficient. We must invest more earlier and decisively. As a parent, it's hard to understand the meaning of it all when our children aren't treated as the highest priority and the laws meant to protect them are far behind the times. There, I did drop the link for that in chat so you guys can sign that petition. He said 22 hours ago with the Anti-Predator Project and 5 others that he linked, Hailey was a smart, beautiful, kind, and caring young lady with a bright future. She had a deep love for her family and holds a very special place in so many hearts. Our family is devastated. We want the community and others to know that we are so thankful for the support we received. It has been tremendous and gave us the hope and strength we needed during our darkest hours. Please continue to keep our family in your thoughts and prayers as we move forward, and thank you all for the love you have shown our precious Hailey. Please join and follow the Facebook group below if you would like to receive updates and actions the Army of Hailey is taking to protect our children. Please consider signing and sharing the petition below, which we just shared. We'll try to share this Facebook group if y'all want to join it. I don't have my lighter, y'all. I'm about to light this sage right now. I need to calm it down. I'm infuriated right now. All right, I'm going to jump off of his personal Facebook page, even though it has a lot to do. He's posting about her. Let's go back over here because there was a couple articles I wanted to read. This one is titled "What We Know About Tyler Thomas, the suspect in the disappearance of Fisher's teen Hailey Buzbee." I think that video is going to be the same one that we saw on YouTube. We'll see. This was published right before I came live, so it might not be. Nope. Enjoy vision. I don't need LASIK surgery, but thank you for the offer. Hold on a minute. It might be loud for me. Okay.
Sam, you actually turned your client in over the weekend. Can you kind of explain how that came about?
Yes. So on Friday, Kate.
I didn't realize that he said he turned him in, but this is the interview we just saw with the defense attorney.
Maya and I and one other staff member became involved in this case. After we learned about the details, we had to make a bunch of critical, time-sensitive decisions, and we collectively decided that contacting the FBI was the way to go. So we made that call around 2 or 3, and regrettably, due to maybe some administrative circumstances, we were not actually able to speak to an agent until Friday evening.
Sunday, and it took a week to speak to an agent? Anyways, if you want to watch the interview with the defense attorney, you can definitely back up. And it's there. Yeah, it's the same interview. I'm going to read what the article says. Tyler Thomas, the suspect in the disappearance of 17-year-old Fishers resident Hailey Buzbee, who police said Sunday they believe is deceased, appeared remotely Monday, February 2nd in an Ohio courtroom on 2 charges not directly tied to her death. After the hearing, Thomas's attorney, Sam Shamsky, I'll write that down and see if he's a public defender or hired. Told the sister station that Buzbee's remains were found Sunday in Perry County, Ohio. They have reached out to multiple police agencies for confirmation, but have not yet heard back. Here's what we know about Thomas. I don't know why I keep calling him Thompson. As of Monday morning, Thomas faces formal charges of tampering with evidence and pandering sexually oriented matter involving a minor. I'm wondering if he handed out pandering, that word, which we're going to look up the right after I read this article, the charges, but pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor, since we just read the article that said that he had videos of her performing sex acts. I'm wondering if he was selling that, or basically pandering that online and making money off of it. They said in the police interview initially that there were no other charges. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the first time he did this or if he's done it before. I would be surprised to hear this is the first time. The article continues, at the hearing, the judge set a $1.5 million cash surety bond for Thomas, and his next court date is scheduled for Tuesday, February 10th. At the hearing, Shamsky said his client, quote, has absolutely zero intention of making this bond, unquote. And, quote, we turned Mr. Thompson into authorities on Saturday per the request of local police. So right there, if they took him to the police department to be arrested, then he came to the attorney of his own volition before he went to the police department. And I'm thinking he hired them or his parents did. We'll find out for sure in just a minute. Shamsky said Friday evening his team spoke with FBI representatives and made arrangements to meet on Saturday, January 31st at Thomas's request to fully cooperate with bringing closure as quickly as possible to this extraordinary, unfortunate situation. Is he gonna, I bet you money they're gonna say that she overdosed or something to that effect. When, again, even if she did overdose, right? The substances would not have been in her system without him abducting her and taking her. And if she did overdose, I'm thinking that he was feeding her something to keep her sedated and willing, basically, if I had to guess. That's just my speculation. He doesn't seem to be the brightest crayon in the box, and that's for damn sure. Okay, Brady, have a good day, love. Butterfly. Brown-eyed butterfly, good to see you. I hope you're having a good Monday, too. On Saturday, Thomas and his legal team met with police and a local prosecutor, Shamsky said, quote, to that end, at our client's insistence, we assisted law enforcement Saturday afternoon and later Sunday, and that goal has now been met of bringing complete closure, at least with respect to this stage of the investigation. I can tell you that yesterday we accompanied law enforcement and the FBI to Perry County, and we assisted with pinpointing the location of Miss Buzbee, unquote. Shamsky said he anticipates additional charges in Buzbee's death will come in Hocking County, Ohio. It's hard to put into words. We grieve for this tragic loss of life. Smell the sage. I bet the property and the rental are his parents, and he's an incel living off of his parents. You're probably exactly right. If I'm speculating, absolutely. You are probably exactly right. It's time to stage this fucking defense attorney the fuck out of here. Blow embers all over the place. I gotta calm down. This really pissing me off. I'm sorry. All right. Let me move that from in front of the camera so it's not smoky. Okay, why did it jump? Here, darn. Must have clicked something. There we go. Okay, we read that. It's jumping. I apologize. Yeah, it jumped way up. Okay. Don't fucking do this. Court documents say detectives obtained a search warrant at Thomas's home and seized his devices where child sex abuse material containing images of Buzbee were located. Don't jump. Gebhardt said Sunday that Buzbee and Thomas are believed to have met each other online via online gaming. Gebhardt said investigators think Buzbee died, quote, within a few days after she was picked up. No personal items from Buzbee have been recovered, Fisher police say. That shit pisses me the fuck off. I bet it caused the parents basement is downstairs studio shared with roommates. Probably. I would love to see images of him online and like what the fuck. Yeah, he was exactly presenting as his area. Okay. I think that's the most up to date. Let's look at these charges real quick and what they mean. Oh, and we need to look up Sam Shansky and see if he's a public defender or hired. Pandering, obscenity, pandering. Okay, yes, I got it pulled up. Hold on. Let me put it up. And I'll take my banner off. Because until I get the arrest affidavit, there's not much else, really, other than what I showed you guys. Okay, so pandering obscene or harmful materials to a minor or impaired person. It wasn't to a minor. No, I think it was to a minor. Is a serious offense under Ohio law, often charged as a felony. These cases typically involved allegations of promoting or distributing sexually explicit content to individuals under 18 or those who are unable to give legal consent. Ohio law prohibits multiple types of conduct involving obscene material that features a minor or an impaired person. Under the statute, it is illegal for anyone with knowledge of the character of the material to engage in the following: creating, reproducing, or publishing the material, promoting, selling, or delivering the material, creating or presenting an obscene performance, buying, possessing, or controlling the material, and bringing the material into the state. They provide specific guidelines for determining if material is considered obscene. These rules look for whether the consent appeals primarily to shameful or lustful interest, or if it depicts sexual activity. And from what we read, we know it does. In an offensive way that portrays humans as mere objects of sexual desire. The law specifically includes digital conduct such as images appearing on a computer monitor or files recorded on a hard drive. To reach a conviction, the state must show that a defendant acted with knowledge of the character of the material or performance. Ohio law defines acting knowingly as being aware that one's conduct will probably be of a certain nature or will probably cause a specific result. In many cases, intent can be shown through search histories or communication records. And that would be, for instance, if he messaged her, if they were texting and then he's like, oh, I can't wait to get with you. I'm going to show you exactly how to have fun in the bedroom, to put it politely, in front of nice company. You know what I mean? I'm sure there were some text messages like that, and they can prove that he definitely had intent to make the videos and have relations with her, especially considering that it's on his phone. They have to register. It's classified as a tier 2 sex offender. Classification carries long-term registration requirements, including a duty to register with the local sheriff for 25 years. And they must appear in person every 180 days to verify their information. Defenses. Defending against these charges often focuses on the specific knowledge or intent of the accused. If an individual accidentally received or possessed material without knowing what it was, they might challenge the requirement that they acted with knowledge of the material's character. Forensic evidence can sometimes support a claim that files were downloaded automatically or never actually viewed. Another defense strategy involves challenging how evidence was collected. The Ohio Constitution protects citizens against unreasonable search and seizures. If police did not have a valid warrant or searched electronic devices in an illegal way, a lawyer may ask the court to prevent that evidence from being used. I'm wondering if he's going to take that route. A conviction for this offense has lasting effects on the individual's life. Employment can be difficult to find. as most background checks will reveal a felony SEX offense. Housing. Many cities in Ohio have local rules that prevent registered offenders from living near schools, playgrounds, or daycare centers. These residency restrictions, combined with the public nature of the SEX offender database, can make it difficult for individuals to reintegrate into their communities. All right, and then the other one is tampering with evidence. That's going to be because he hit her body. I already know that, but we'll pull it up. Tampering with evidence in Ohio is a third-degree felony involving actions like altering, destroying, or concealing evidence to impair its availability in legal proceedings. And again, that's going to be directly correlated to the fact that he hit her body. Yep, dick pics. And the fact that he had videos of her performing acts on his fucking phone. The sick motherfucker. This was I know you can't see it, but we're going to watch a video on this article that one of the first articles I read. I kind of skipped past it and we didn't watch it. So we're going to see what it says. Again, this is going to be from 3. Might have watched it.
Good afternoon. 13 News at noon begins today with breaking news. The body of a missing Fishers teenager has been recovered in Ohio. That information coming from the attorney for the man suspected in her disappearance. 17-year-old.
Yeah, we saw that. Okay. Let me look him up real quick. AMANSKY. So we get the background on him. Oh, I can't. It's not going to let me read it today. I can only read one article a day. Recognized by best lawyers in America for criminal defense from 1994 to present. It doesn't seem that he is a public defender at all, because they're advertising how wonderful he is, and we can look at his profile. Maybe we'll try that. Licensed for 40 years, criminal defense lawyer at Columbus, Ohio. He practiced 100% criminal defense. I definitely think this man was hired. Who hired him? Because I really strongly do not think that Mr. Tyler Thomas had the funds to hire him. I really don't. Yep. It's more for people accused of a crime that may be innocent. We all have the right to a defense. We definitely do, but that man's pissing me the fuck off. Tell me, your picture is beautiful. Call it because they don't deserve to be called men or women. I agree with that 100%. She was so beautiful. Yeah. Put him under the motherfucking jail. I'm highly irritated right now with that. I mean, I just can't believe that fucking defense attorney had the fucking gall to say we are grieving with the family right now, or whatever the fuck it was exactly that he said. That's fucking bullshit. Who did he tell what he did before the lawyer was called? Probably mommy and daddy who hired the lawyer. Somebody told him to go talk to the fucking attorney. Did he feel the walls closing in? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe the funds, I don't know, from either the house he owned or the rental. I mean, maybe he does got money, but I highly doubt it. I bet it's mommy and daddy's money. Yeah, we read that. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to probably end it here for today because, hold on, there is one more post. The original post I was sent after I had started looking for this. This post is from 22 hours ago. I will read this to you guys before we go for the day, and I'm going to work on getting this arrest affidavit by any means necessary, which means I'm going to be on the phone trying to get that. If I'm able to get it, I'll make a post and it'll be on my Patreon, and we'll go over it tomorrow. What did he do for a living? I don't know. I can look it up and see. This is from True Crime Mama. Heartbreaking update on the Hailey Buzbee case. The teen is believed to be deceased and the suspect is in custody. Authorities say the investigation began on January 6th after reports came in that Hailey had left her home overnight and never returned. Detectives quickly identified an unknown vehicle seen in the neighborhood. During the night, she disappeared. Using technology and surveillance tools, investigators tracked the vehicle to Columbus, Ohio resident Tyler Thomas, who was later named a suspect. Tyler Thomas admitted he picked Hailey up initially, but told deputies he dropped her off alongside a road in western Ohio. The story didn't hold up. Investigators determined his account was false. Search warrants were executed at both his home and his vehicle. Evidence later showed Hailey had been inside Thomas's residence in Columbus and may have also been taken to a short-term rental property in Hocking County, Ohio. Law enforcement then served a warrant at the rental location. Since then, extensive search effort has been underway with drones, canine units, and ground teams combing wooded and rural areas in hopes of finding her. The investigation has led them to believe she is deceased. This is unconfirmed, but a source tells me there were images found on a cell phone. Thomas is currently in custody in Ohio, facing charges connected to the case. At this time, he has not been charged with the homicide. The investigation remains active. Nike mugshot. Is his name Tyler Nike Thomas? I wonder. Let's ask Uncle Google if they know what he did for a living. Make sure y'all could see that. Oh, y'all could. But the demon filth must be stopped by any means necessary. I don't disagree. It's very sad. Okay, I said, what did Tyler Thomas do for a living? And I attached Hailey Buzbee's name to it because unfortunately that's how I'm going to be able, that's the only way I'm going to be able to pull information on him specifically. It says Tyler Thomas is a 39-year-old man from Columbus, Ohio, who is currently in custody in connection with the disappearance of 17-year-old Hailey Buzbee. He met Buzbee through online gaming and was believed to have picked her up, although he later claimed to have dropped her off on the side of the road. However, police determined that the statement was untrue, and Buzbee was found deceased at Thomas's home in Columbus in a short-term rental in Hocking County, Ohio. Please keep in mind this is AI. I don't think she was located at either one of his homes. She could have been, but I highly doubt it. I think AI just did that because they said they had searched the homes and the car, and he still had to lead them to where her body was. Thomas faces charges of pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor and tampering with evidence. So again, let me look up that specifically. Hold on. Pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor. I knew it was worded a little bit differently. Under Ohio Revised Code, pandering, obscenity occur. Okay, it's pulling up the same thing. I'll click this and see what it says. Under Ohio, it's the same thing. Pandering obscenity occurs when an individual knowingly creates, reproduces, publishes, or promotes obscene material for public dissemination or commercial purposes. This also includes recklessly possessing or controlling obscene material for these purposes. So this is making me feel like he 100% did try to pander, sell, or push off in some type of way, share the videos that he had of Hailey with other predators online. That's exactly what that says to me. Yep. Exactly, Tammy. I use my parents' words all the time. I don't know if it was specifically Roblox. They say an online gaming platform, and Ohio is currently in 4 lawsuits with Roblox. They won't say the name of it. I'm assuming Roblox, but it could be any online gaming platform. Just so you know. Good to see you, Kelly Disdelicious. So yeah, I think that he made the videos, committed our homicide, and then tried to sell the videos to make money, extra money. This is so sad. And for what? For what? For what reason did this child have to die? I'll never understand this stupid shit. Crime and Punishment. I liked it, actually. Interesting. I think there definitely is Content Angel, a whole network of fucking predators using kids' games, unfortunately. He's got a good defense attorney. I don't know who the fuck hired it for him, but that motherfucker's already pissing me off, and I'm going to make it my mission to find out everything I can about this case because that motherfucker pissed me off. So with that, I'm probably going to head out for today so I can work on getting this arrest affidavit because I need to make phone calls before it gets too late, and I have to go do other things. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and thank you for watching this video. Oh, Abellis, I knew there was something else I wanted to talk about. Let me take Hailey off the screen. So, as you guys may or may not know, a friend of ours came over this weekend, and he actually lives real close to the Tony Alama compound. And they were explaining to me, Mr. Speculating and his friend actually went into the Tony Alama house. They broke in back in the day, and they saw his wife's body. Tony Alama was a cult leader. They made jackets. It was like basically you give Tony Alama your money and they give you a house and a place to stay and provide food. Mr. Speculating and his friend broke into the compound after Tony Alama's wife died. Tony Alama's wife was allegedly supposed to rise in 3 days, and she didn't. They said it had been about 30 days or so when they broke in and saw her body in a glass coffin. So anyway, he talks about, like, because there's apartments out there, the houses that they made for the people to live in are now apartments, and there's 2 or 4 apartments that burned down, and he was staying with his friend at a house, one of these apartments, and he said there was a fucking cougar on the roof. Like, I was like, a fucking, like a real cougar was on the roof? He said yes. And I said, how the fuck did it get up there? And he was like, he jumped up there. And there's these 2 or 4, I can't remember if he said 2 or 4 apartments that have burned down, and that damn cougar lives in one of those burned down apartments. I'm going up there. I want to go on the Tony Alama property. I want to do a whole thing about it, and talk to you guys about it, and get the stories from them, that from when they were, you know, young teenagers just being reckless back in the day, and what they saw, what they know about it. His friend actually was trying to seek some help, and I think he got involved in the Tony Alama shit. From what I was understanding, I don't know if he was saying it was actually Tony Alama or if it was shit like Tony Alama. Years ago, he said when they were young. It would have been when Mr. Speculating was out here way, way, way before we met. It's insane. But anyway, the cougar thing kind of freaked me out, but I am going to work on compiling the evidence that I can compile and like making a documentary about the Tony Alama situation, and then go out there and kind of walk around, because a lot of that stuff is still there, and get video footage of that, like walking around out there on that property, and try to interview Mr. Speculating and his friend about it. And anybody else that's been out there and seen shit, they got some stories. We were all sitting in the living room, chilling, talking about it and stuff. So I want to do that and get with you guys on it. Yeah, but it'll take me several months to do it. They said that in one of the rooms they went into, them church pamphlets were there. They could tell you about it. They said, I don't know if they read them, but they saw them. They said they saw a bunch of pamphlets, and some of them at the time seemed relatively normal, is what Mr. Speculating said. He said it wasn't, the pamphlets just seemed like, you know, trying to get you to come to church. It wasn't anything crazy. So maybe there was some other crazy ones towards the end that he didn't see, or, you know, in this room where they were. Because, you know, they're bringing people into it. So of course the pamphlets need to seem relatively normal before you get into the conspiracy of it. They're super quiet. Yeah, we got to be very careful. But I'm definitely going out there. His friend lives out there, so I can get on the property, because there's apartments there that, like, they made the houses that the people would stay in into apartments, and his friend lives there, so I can get on the property pretty much anytime I have the money to go out there. So we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be looking into that, and hopefully some of my damn FOIA requests will be back by then. No, I wouldn't bring the little ones where the cougar is and stuff. Y'all are gonna scare. I'm probably gonna live stream it. I'm gonna be scared to damn death. The cougar's gonna jump on me. But anyway, yeah, I want to definitely get what I can on it and do that for sure. Yeah, we will when we go out there. All right, y'all, I'm going to go for the day. I'm going to try to get this arrest affidavit, and that's going to take me a little bit of time to work on. If I get it, I will make a post. It will be on my Patreon. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to Hailey Buzbee's story. Please keep her family in your thoughts and prayers, and please share that petition out as much as you can. I will put it in the description of this video after we're done. I don't know. It might be, I didn't ask. Like, I know it was a long time ago, but I don't know, like, when he was talking about the situation with the cougar, I don't know if he meant that was recent or that was back then, because Mr. Speculating didn't talk about the cougar. So I think that's a more recent occurrence, because he still lives out there in that area. I think the cougar could still be there. Mr. Speculating wasn't talking about the cougar. It was his friend that still lives out there. So anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much, Indy, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that so very much. You guys are amazing. If nobody's told you, you are enough. You are important. You are special, and you are very loved. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Y'all have a safe night and be blessed. Bye.